Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. This is CW. I'm here at the BTH&T Dungeon. Books, travels, history, and tales. Currently, I'm living a tale, but we'll see. First of all, it's March 14th, 2025. Happy Pi Day, everybody. Yeah, excuse me. Nobody of importance. Somebody asking about my political affiliation. No one likes it. Where was I? Oh yeah, Pi Day, which I always thought would be a good time to have a slice of something. But lately, anything with red sauce and mozzarella just doesn't stick around very long with me. But it's a nice smell anyway. So Pi Day. Who was born on Pi? Albert Einstein. I think that's right. Probably have to Google that. No, I think that's right. So, what is Pi Day? Well, pi is a celebration of, well, I guess, irrational numbers. Todd, wake up. There's rational numbers like integers. We've gone over this before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and its opposite. So -1, -2. Those are rational. They're whole. Okay? Irrational numbers, 3/4, 1.7, blah, 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 minus 1.8 or 2 3/4. Those are irrational numbers. So, one of the most common irrational numbers is pi, 3.14. It's used to do what? Come on, say it with me. The distance around a circle. Okay. Circumference, diameter, all that stuff. Okay, Todd, let's go over this one more time. This is for everybody, by the way. What is the square root of pi? Stop using your phone. All right, I want you to remember this little mnemonic phrase. I wish I knew. 1.414 square root. So there you go. I wish I knew. Yeah, you don't get much stuff from history, guys, because, well, we like to talk about everything. But math, that's fun. Please remember my dear Aunt Sally. Just a mode of operation for mathematical sentences. Ah, hello, Small Jackson, the producer. So that's one of the most important things. It's used for the circumference and everything else. But what I want you to remember is it's probably the most used irrational number there is. So it's Pi Day. I had a blood moon too this morning. Well, this tonight coming up. Had uh, a surgeon meeting yesterday. I didn't know what to expect. If your lenses are good, you can see there's still a little jaundice. And that's the way it's going to be for a little bit. But I'm scheduled for surgery on March 28th. I got a pre-op on the 18th. My surgeon does not want to wait. He wants to move on. Well, it's good. He wants to take advantage of this. His words, I look better than most of his patients. I know what you're saying. You're as yellow as Bart Simpson, but that's the way it goes. But I haven't had a heart attack or anything like that. I'm not looking forward to this. If any of you want to look up the Whipple procedure, life changing is the term he used. 7 to 10 days in the hospital after surgery, 5 to 6 months recovery before you actually feel normal. Well, I got one on him. I haven't felt normal since February 2nd. And that's not because of the implementation, the use of flag football at the Pro Bowl game. Not that I watched, but there's just a lot of things to it. I can lie to you all I want and tell you, hmm, sorry about that. Lie to you and tell you I'm not afraid. Well, I'm not. I'm not. I've had a wonderful life. I have great children. I have great grandsons. I have a faith that rewards me in memories. The only thing that does scare me is the pain. Now, my sister, she got me a contact and she wants me to reach out to this man. He has survived this procedure for these past 8 years. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'll have a conversation with me. I'm sure he will. He's very, comes, he wants to make sure that I know what to expect as a patient. And a doctor can tell you so much, but another reflection from another angle may or may not help, but at least I'll know what to expect. I have a lot to look forward to. I'm not talking about surgery. I'm talking about Labor Day, because now that seems like a real possibility. On top of the Christmas and my grandchildren's 10th birthday, all that is now could be possible. I'm truly blessed to have good doctors, and they didn't wait. My one doctor, my primary care, was basically going to walk me over to the hospital right after that office appointment on February 14th. Check me into the ER and go immediately to operations with stents to get rid of the bilirubin. That's been an issue. They still don't know why. It is going down, but it's just so slow and sluggish. They put in stents twice now. I do have a past history of it, of high bilirubin, but it usually doesn't stay around for a month or so. It's not that I abuse alcohol, I don't. On the questionnaire it says, how many drinks do you have a week? And I said, can you just put down how many drinks you have a year? Well, how many drinks do you have a year? Maybe 4. I can tell you the last drink I had was January 1st. So that's been, you know, 2 months, 2.5 months. I'm pretty sure they did give me something similar to an ETOH. Make sure I wasn't sneaking booze into, to elevate my bilirubin. But yeah, that's just it. I got on the scale this morning. I've lost 27 pounds since February 2nd. And surprisingly, I've only been sick once. I just can't eat. Food tastes good sometimes, even hospital food when they let you eat it, but I can't eat it all. I feel I have not a stabbing pain, but on occasion, like a short strike in my right side, my right abdominal. And I guess it's the stents. I don't know. But I did have some pain before that, similar. So I don't know if this is related to it or not. The last thing we had was just one mass area pinching against the common bile duct. And if we can get rid of that, the plan is very simple. Like I said, if you want to see how bad it is, you can just look up Whipple procedure. I've looked it up once. I'm not going to look it up again. It is life changing. So my diet will change. Uh, Pretty much it has changed already, but what I can eat, probably not going to be able to eat salads for a while. But that's why I'm looking forward to Labor Day. Labor Day. The end of summer, that'll be 5 months, right? Yeah, something like that. So 5 to 6 months, Labor Day. I'll start to feel a little better or a little bit more normal. I can, when he told me this, my primary care, the first thing I thought of was Patrick Swayze. He died from pancreatic cancer and he didn't make it long. Well, I kind of forgot that that was like 30 years ago. And he assured me we've done a little progress since then. And so this is it. They want to go in, remove the mass, clean up anything that's around there, anything that may be left in my gallbladder, remove the stents, make sure that the ducts are rebuilt, and then perform God, that fruit salad of a surgery. And that's the only thing that frightens me. It's funny. I got hit by a car once. That didn't frighten me. It didn't even hurt until I got out of my truck, walked to the back, and then collapsed because of like electricity running up my back. So, but I don't look forward to this. But I do look forward to Labor Day. I don't feel like saying goodbye yet. I'm trying to look at some other things. We got, we're basically watching the Democratic Party fall completely apart. Usually, when something like this happens, a vacuum is created, and lo and behold, people come up to start leading. Haven't seen it yet. The one representative that said, I'm for censoring the American people. Censoring the American people? That's freedom of speech. Did no one else hear that? It's like they can't accept, we as a people have got to accept achievements, even if it's from the opposite party, and rejoice in those. But I'm afraid there are some people, and there are some people who will be probably paying with time the hard way. I'm still waiting for Cranston to leave. He hasn't left. I noticed that Ireland, is going to put a 125% tariff on our goods unless we take Rosie O'Donnell back. I think it's a good price. Just hold out. But I don't think Babs Streisand left yet. But I don't really care. I don't think anybody's ever going to buy CBS. It's not like it's a real news organization anymore. They have a history of editing and manipulating interviews. They did one with JFK with Walter Cronkite. And boy, Walter did not want to do that, but they did it. And obviously, they did it with, can't even bring up the name. For an attorney, for an attorney general, your whole business is nothing but presentation and being argumentative, proving things, showing a good debate. Boys and girls, this is not how to be a lawyer. Do things the right way. Know in your heart what you're trying to present. I have told you 100 times, history is great because all it is an argument. Because there's no way I know exactly how Washington felt, at Blood Meadows. I bet he was scared. Yeah, he writes that nice little, oh, there's something charming in the sound. That's because he didn't want to write, almost made me shit in my pants. Now, don't get me wrong. GW, special, special character. Frank Beard, a historian who wrote basically uh, an argument that most of the founding fathers did this for monetary gain. Obviously, he's full of crap. Yeah, they were all known. John Hancock was a smuggler. He personally knew the king. Thomas Jefferson, though he may have stuttered, he was the tallest man in Congress at the time, red hair, and perhaps one of the most wishy-washy people ever when it comes to human rights. You look at his past, how can you sell your children? His wife, Martha, was a stepsister of Sally Hemings. And Sally, was a child when they began their relationship. When I say child, probably about 14. And I'm not saying that our founding fathers were perfect. Far from it. They were human, but they had their moments. Benjamin Franklin, a lot of people don't know this, he did hold slaves at one time, but he later established the abolitionists in the Quaker area. He did a lot of things, this guy. I mean, he was no off switch on him. From wooden fins to swim to the study of the Gulf Stream, bifocals, mayonnaise, how to counterfeit money and make it look good. Guy's great. There's no turnoff. Todd and I had this disagreement. He never flew a kite. Maybe his son did, helped him out because, Ben was a little bit in the years. Uh, I still like the Disney traditional, was it electricity? Yeah. Didn't discover electricity, merely discovered that lightning had a charge to it. So fill in the blanks there. Not the inventor of electricity. What were the other famous things? Columbus sailed the ocean blue to prove the world wasn't flat. Yeah, you're out to lunch, pal. Let me tell you why Cristobal Colombo went west. Because that's the way people were going. You have to go west, he said, to get to the east. Uh, Gotta go. Someone's at the door. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.